Hi everybody. This video is going to go specifically into how do you publish to the web using Ross Inception. This video will tackle three different ways, from typing in your stories, to adding photos, to adding audio, and also adding video. And then how do you submit your written story for professor approval to be published online. Okay? So when you log on for the first time, it might look something like this. Very blank, appears to be no real starting point. Okay? So I want you to go up to the top here, and you're going to see there's some menu options that you can choose, but the one you're going to mainly use for a lot of what you do in Inception, not just for web publishing, is called the story browser. So if you put your mouse over it, you'll see a little pop-up come up for story browser, and go ahead and click on it. You'll now see all the stories that are in Inception. Now, your particular permission may only have open one particular class or multiple classes. This particular version, I'm going to be using something called for demo files and my name. Now, when you log in, you'll see the default is set to local. Local means that these stories are unsorted. You don't want to create anything in local. You want to be able to create it in the demo file or the class file that you're going to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and click on demo file. And I'm going to open up this little tree here. And I'm going to create, using this little button here, a folder where I'm going to go ahead and create my stories. So I'm going to go ahead and, while this is highlighted, click create folder. And now I can create a folder with my name, Phil Altier student. Okay, hit enter, select it, and now you'll see it's blank. This is where you want to create your stories, in your named folder, not in local, because then it will go unsorted. So when you go ahead with this selected, now you'll see in the top left the plus sign and it says create story. So you got a choice: broadcast, Twitter, WordPress, or YouTube. I'm going to choose WordPress because that is what we use to do web publishing. I'm going to click on it. And now you'll see the icon here is for WordPress. There's also these open fields here that kind of describe what it is you're going to be working on, but I want you to pitch to this one called Slug. Slug is the title of your story, okay? And it's something internal. It's something that's for your reference. So click on the Slug box, hit the space bar. So once this becomes white, you can now go ahead and start to type in your slug. I'm going to do just a quick story about first day of school. Okay. So if I want to edit this story, I double click on the icon, and then the tools and fields pop up to go ahead and write my web story that I have for the first day of school. Now, looking at the layout, this may not be how you optimally want to work. So in Inception, you can actually adjust how you view the different windows on the site. So if I put my mouse over first day of school, see it turns into a little bit of a finger pointing. Click, hold, and drag to the right, and you'll notice these boxes start to open up. Inception's telling you, where do you want this window to go on your screen? So I'm going to go ahead and put all the way to the right. Still a little tight here, so I put my mouse again over between the two panes, drag it to the left, and now you can see I have a lot of room to write my story. So the first thing you want to look at is account. This is going to be the site that you publish to when it's time to publish your story. So if I click on here, you'll see there's a few choices I have. These are websites that are tied in to our Inception server. I'm going to choose the training and test site. I could also choose other sites if I wanted to go there as well, but for right now, we're only going to publish to this one site, and then click off it to get rid of that window. Your featured image is what's going to be a featured image on the site to your story. So maybe you won't have any photos within your story, but maybe you want to have there be a featured image that kind of, draws attention to your story on the site. So I have a featured image, and I'm going to go ahead and select it. So I'm going to pick the site I want to upload the featured image to. So I'm on the training and test site, and you'll see there's a file drop-down menu. These are pictures that are already on the site to begin with. This is a preview of the picture you've selected, and then this is the upload a file if you want to upload a picture. So I'm going to go ahead and click this upload button, and I'm going to choose a file. You'll see here I have a picture I want to use, and look at how I named it. I named it my name. This is going to be my cover for a back to school pic that I'm going to use. The reason why you want to name it, and try to be as specific as possible with your name, is because when you upload it, you only get a list of the pictures that you can choose from. So, and the list can, as you can imagine, be quite long between all the students uploading their different, media. So you want to make sure you put your name in, if this is a cover photo or not, and then also if it's going to be, what you want it to be about. So I'm going to click on open. So now you're going to see it uploaded, but you don't see it's chosen automatically. So you got to go ahead and click on here and find the name of the picture you just did. So there it is, fill out here, cover, back to school pic. Click on that. And you can see it's a little tiny thumbnail of the picture you chose. Now, if you want to see it look a little bit bigger, click on the play button, and it gives you a preview of the picture that you've chosen. Yep, that looks good to me. I'll click the X off that to get rid of it. Now I'm going to put my title in here. So I'm just going to do kids go back to school after a long summer. Now you go ahead and you can correct the grammar, because this title is what's going to go online. Now in the body of your story, you can see it looks just like a word processor, right? It's got bold, italics, underline. It even has some tools for inserting multimedia. You can even actually go to source code if you want to add in different items or change something more specifically within the source code. So now that I'm here, what I'm going to do quickly though is you see this save button right here. I'm going to click on save. If you see a little red dot next to the title, that means there are changes and it's not been saved yet. Unlike a lot of the Google Sheets and other programs that save automatically, Inception does not save automatically. You must save it as you go along. So I'm going to click on save. Now I'm going to go ahead and type my first part of the story. So I'll just do after a long summer, students are returning to their bus stops and going back to school. Okay. Now, if I'm just doing a story that's written, I could go ahead and type it straight into here. I could also copy from a word processing document like Microsoft Word or Google Docs and paste it into here as well. But I'm doing this demo just typing straight into see how it is as I go along. Okay. So after here, I want to put a picture. So this part I'm going to talk about how to insert photos into your document. If you want to insert a photo, you should hit enter twice in the spot that you want to insert the photo to and put your cursor back up one spot. The reason is because it's a little bit of a glitch right now with the system, is that if you choose to put a photo in and embed a caption into the photo, the system may not allow you to continue writing below it. So by putting an extra space below it, you're kind of assuring that you can keep writing after you've put in that photo. So let me go ahead and insert a photo right now. I'm going to go ahead and pick here, insert media. So I'm going to go ahead and insert from the training and test site. I'm going to go ahead and upload another photo. Choose my file again. Kids First Day. Click open. Okay, I gotta go now again. It's uploaded. Now I gotta go choose it. There it is. Fill out here. Kid's first day. Again, I put my name in the photo, so it's easy to find during the drop-down menu. Click it. There's a preview of it. If I want to see it bigger, click the play button, and there it is. There's my kids going on their first day of school. So I'm gonna click the X off that. That's what I'd like. Click on Insert. Now there's the photo. I can make it bigger by simply dragging on this. I could also center justify the photo by clicking on the center. And if I double click on the photo, I now have options. I could do my alignment in here, but I've already chosen it to be centered. And I could also caption the image. What's good about captioning the image within the photo is that if I make the photo bigger or smaller, the caption will always tag along to the photo itself rather than being, something that's detached text. So I'm going to click on OK. So now my caption is right there. Double click on my caption and then start to type. So I'm going to go ahead and put Matthew out here. 8 along with his sister Emma, who is also 8, wait at the bus stop in Lake Grove, New York. New York. I'd put the date of it. Let's just say it is September. I'm making this up. 8. It's done a little while ago, so we'll call this 2019. Okay, done. Now you might look at it and it's like kind of a little bit, long, or you're not really centered around, which is fine. You can feel free to go ahead and maybe put an enter key in here to kind of shorten it up. Okay, so let's say I like the way this looks. I could go ahead and highlight all the text. I could still do like an italicized there to kind of differentiate my text above and below it, so I know this is a caption. But again, because the caption is a part of the photo, if I drag the photo, you could see the caption rides along with the photo. So it's a really powerful tool to use the caption part inside of the photo tool. Okay, so say I like that. And now since I clicked on the enter below it, you can see I can still keep on writing. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to insert audio to this. So I'm going to go ahead and say during the summer, Matthew and Emma decided they wanted to try out for the Olympics. So my kids did, a fake, podcast about wanting to join the Olympics. So I'm going to just go ahead and insert that audio from when they decided to do this. Okay. So I'm going to go again, hit enter. Then I'm going to go ahead to source code. Now this is actually the body of the post, but all done in source code. Now, if I go back to SoundCloud, I'm going to bring that back in here. I'm going to go ahead. Here's my, little podcast I made with my kids. Click share, and there's an embed option. And this is what the embed would look like. You see, it has a little poster frame of my, the kids trying out for the Olympics. I can choose to eliminate that if I had an option with Pro. If I have a free version, then there's a visual embed included in it. So, which is perfectly fine. Pro costs a little bit of money, but I'll keep it with like this right here. So right here is the embed code for this podcast. I'll leave enable automatic play off. I can change the color of the play button if I want to, but I'll leave it as orange. Once I'm done, click on this and make sure it is all selected, and then copy. Go over to right here, the source code, click on the last line, and just right click Make sure you're on the correct line. There it is. Right click, paste. Let's see if we can do this real quickly. Make sure there's a space there, and then right click, paste. Then click OK. If you scroll down, there's my podcast. And what's nice about this is that I can hit the play button and I can hear it. I'm here with Emma and Matthew as they prepare for the Olympics. So there it is. So let's see some space here. I didn't want, I can go ahead and delete that. Put my cursor down here at the bottom. Get rid of that extraneous text there. Hit enter, and now I can continue to type. Okay, now that I've got my audio portion in there, I have my photos there, my audio is right below, and now I want to put in a video. And probably the easiest way to put video in here would be from YouTube. Okay, so once this is set up, I'm now going to put in a video that we're going to get from our YouTube page. So again, because this is just making it up a little bit, I'll say, while the kids are eager to go back to school, they are already dreaming of the holiday break. Okay. So now I'm going to put a YouTube video of the holiday spectacular that our school has done. So again, with the space right there, I'm going to go ahead, and there's actually a YouTube icon where you can embed your YouTube video. Click on it. The embed code is better than just pasting the URL video. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the video here. I'm going to from YouTube. You should see it right here. If I click on share and I click on embed, this gives me the embed code that we need. I'm going to go click copy. Get rid of this. In the window here for a paste embed code here, right click, paste. Okay, everything else you could leave alone. Then you click OK. And now you can see your YouTube video is right in here. So it's kind of left justified. I like it to be more centered. So if I click on it and then hit centered, it now center justifies the media. Like this up here, I could play it. And you can hear the sound.
Tap for Humanity Home.
Then I can write more of it below it. Go back to left justified. All in all, we are hoping for a great year of school. Okay. All right. Not the greatest story in the world, but I believe at least we get through the different ways you can embed different types of multimedia as well as your typing of your story. Okay. So this looks pretty good for now. I got my photo with the caption. I have my audio and I have my video. So now I want to make sure I click on save. So the little red dot goes away. You can also see I have my poster clip up here. And we're almost ready to go. Now, you have to categorize your post. Otherwise, it could appear a bit aimless. So your professor will have specifics for which you need to categorize your story is. So go ahead and click on categories and get rid of what was already there. A drop-down menu should appear, giving you all different categories that are on the training and test site. But if I typed in the categories such as intermediate broadcasting, INT, you could see it's already appearing right there. Intermediate reporting. That way, when I go to the site, it's already been categorized and it's all set. Once I'm done, double check everything. I have the account. It's going to go on this site. Featured image, my title, body of the post, and then the categories of where I want the site to be published under. I can now click on save and then click on request approval. Now, once I've clicked on request approval, you could then give it to your professor let them know it's on there. We'll go through in a different video of how a professor could approve and that kind of communication. But right now I'm going to log off and then log back in as a professor to show you what comes next. Okay, now I'm logging in as a professor, so I'll go back to the story browser here. I will go back to demo files, fill out tier student, and I could see as a professor the student has submitted the story. I'll double click on it. Again, drag it over, make it a little more easy to view. And as a professor, I have several options. I could approve it, reject it, the story. So if I want to go ahead and approve it, I'll click, for the sake of this, I'll click on approve. Now, again, as a professor, I have the option to publish it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on publish. And now it is published to the site. If I want to check to see what it looks like, I can go ahead to the WordPress drop-down menu. I could see training and test site. And here's kind of a quick preview look of what it looks like online. Yep, kids go back to school for a long day of summer. If I want to see it actually on the site, I click on the view button here. And there is my post. There's my poster, my poster picture for it. Kids go back to school after a long summer. There's my text. There's my photo with the caption. There's my audio file.
I'm here with
Plays
Emma.
fine. Again, here's the text. There's my YouTube video. All is all in all, we're hoping for a great school year. Published by Ross Inception. And now it's all set. Now, keep in mind, this is basically a training and test site, so it doesn't have a lot of the style that, a fully done site would have. Whatever the WordPress style is, this will inherit. So this is kind of just a basic site, so you get a handle and see what it looks like in there. But basically, that's it. So that's the process for doing publishing. Look for more videos about other aspects of Inception, such as broadcast stories, the messaging feature, how to submit work for your professors, and more.